Kabanata 40, Light. Luck, they say, is a very powerful word. The one thing that could change anyone's life forever. It is brought to us by chance. Maybe. My mommy died when I was little. You can say that luck was on my side because I've got a stepmother who raised me like her own. She may not be sweet and as kind as those conventional mothers, but I love her and she loves me. Not every mother could raise you good, but she did, even when she isn't even my biological mother. I met a fatal accident when I was 18. I was traumatized and got lost. I was believed to be dead and I eventually wanted to die as well. I got in touch with my family, but I vowed to never come back again. However, somehow, along the tragic darkness, my love found a way to me. I say it isn't luck, it is a blessing. This life, despite the cruelty of the tragedies, is filled with miracles and blessings. Even living each day is a blessing. That's why from now on, I'm gonna live for each moment. If I get hurt, I'll feel the pain. If I am happy, I will celebrate. And if I'll love with all of me. This life is a blessing and I'm gonna treat it as one. Pasensya na po, Mrs. Riago. Abala ako sa pag-aayos ng mga frame sa dingding. Marami namang tumulong pero pinamunuan ko kung paano iyon gagawin. Kailangan itong matapos ngayon dahil bukas na bukas magsisimula na ako sa pag-aaral. The employee looked hesitant. Kasama siya sa grupo ng mga empleyadong umakyat dito para dalhin ang mga frame. Ang ilan ay nagsisimula ng sumunod sa utos ko kung saan ilalagay ang mga iyon. Natigil lang ako dahil sa paglapit nitong isa. Hindi ko po alam kung tama ba ito, pero kasi baka mali ako. Bakit? Ano yon? Banayad kong tanong. She bit her lower lip, looking very worried. May utos kasi na bago noong nakaraan na huwag nang magpapasok ng bisita para kay Engineer Riago kung hindi nyo nalalaman. Pero kasi sinabi noong bisita nyo po na kausapin kita ngayon. Bisita? Sino? Nasa baba po si Miss Villegas. Dati kasi pwede siya sa 17th floor. I just received a memo that visitors aren't allowed anymore on the lobby of the offices. Kaya naroon siya sa lobby ng unang palapag, ma'am. I'm confused if I should tell you this or just ask the guards to make her leave. Umiling ako. Wala akong utos na paalisin ang sino mang bisita namin. Yun nga po ma'am. Kaso kanina pa po siya nag-aantay sa baba at nilapitan niya ako. Sinabi niya po na kausapin na kita kasi sigurado namang papasukin mo siya sa opisina ni Engineer Riago. Nagbuntong hininga ako. Ilang sandali kong inisip ang dapat na gawin kay Celine. I could order now for her to leave the building, but I didn't. Bababa ako. Ako na ang kakausap kay Miss Villegas. Sige po, Mrs. Riago. Thank you at sorry sa abala. It's not a problem. Thank you for telling me this. Hindi na ako nagtagal sa opisina ko. Dahil nasa meeting si Hades, nasisiguro kong ako ang mas naunang makaalam na nandito ulit si Celine sa VHRV. Hi Felicia! I knew it! Banayad niyang sinabi nang nakita ako sa lobby. Wearing her yellow dress and her white Chanel bag, she walked towards me, all smiles and very positive. Kanina pa ako rito, kaso hindi na ako pinapapasok kahit sa 17th floor. Is there a new rule here? She asked. Ang sabi kasi noong receptionist na dadaan pa muna sa'yo bago makakaakyat doon. Is it true? Tumango ako. Hades made that rule. For you? Why? Marami bang bumibisita sa kanya na medyo ayaw mo? Kaya ba dadaan muna sa'yo? Pinagmasdan ko siyang mabuti. I remember how my mother praised her calm and girly beauty. Hindi gaya ng ibang kasing edad ko, they would take it personally and it will leave a scar on them. A secret insecurity towards the other girl that was compared to you by your parent. Pero sa akin, hindi. She only bothered me now after all those years. Oh, are you a jealous wife? Marahan siyang humalakhak. I can actually send you upstairs again, but I'm sure Hades will notified and he doesn't want you there. Kalmado kang sinabi. Kumunot ang noo niya. Parang hindi makapaniwala sa narinig galing sa akin. Bakit naman hindi? Do you want to talk about business with Hades? You can say that. May pag-aalinlangan sa sagot niya. When I let you in his office, did you talk about business with him too? Napakurap-kurap siya ngayon. Kasi sabi niya sa akin na hindi naman daw business ang sadya mo. Nakapag-usap ba kayo ng mabuti noon? I told him it's okay to go home late so you two can talk about what you need. A bit. Was he interested in your business proposal? Namumula na siya ngayon at ang pagkakailang ang kitang-kita na. She tried to hide it with a smile but I'm too experienced not to notice her real feelings. Hindi na siya nakasagot sa huling tanong ko kaya hindi ko na napigilan. It's okay, Celine. This isn't the first time I noticed someone liking Hades. Her eyes widened. Hindi na siya nakapagsalita. Sorry, hindi ako sanay sa paligoy-ligoy na usapan. I just want you to know that I'm cool with you liking him and being friendly with him. It's just that he isn't cool with that. If it bothers him, I don't want to force it. Hades is a naturally kind man, but I'm not sure if he'd be kind if you force yourself to him, kahit pa malinaw na ayaw niya. I don't know what you're talking about. I just want to talk to him like usual. We hang out often. Noong wala ka, lagi kaming nasa lobby ng opisina niya. Tumango ako. I understand. You like him, right? Hindi siya nakasagot. Ano pa ba ang rason para bumalik ka rito para mag-hangout at wala naman talagang business proposal para sa kanya? Don't be so arrogant, Felicia. You are here because of him. You have no right to anything. Mainhin pa rin ang pagkakasabi niya sa bawat katagang iyon. It was better when you weren't around here. I stiffened. I remember Katie's word from a long time ago. Bakit? Noon bang wala ako rito, did you date him? Did you go to a fancy restaurant for a lunch or dinner? I can ask him that, but I'm asking you. I hung out with him. Through sitting on a corner and waiting for him to finish his meetings? Is that it? Hindi na siya nakasagot. Nangingilid ang luha sa kanyang mga mata ngayon. You're not the first one to like him this way. I was once like you too. But our difference is I have respected his relationship with other people. Noong nalaman kong nagkaroon siya ng girlfriend, umiwas ako. Bumilis na ang bawat hininga ni Celine ngayon. Don't chase for love. The right man will never run. I don't take advices from someone younger than me. Huling sinabi niya bago niya ako tinalikuran at tuluyan ang umalis sa buong building. It wasn't the first time or the last time a woman has manifested feelings for Hades. Hindi na rin may iwasan iyon kaya inasahan ko na mayroon pang susunod. I'm glad you made her leave. Hades whispered. Tanaw ang nagtatayugang mga gusali at mga ilaw na akala mo'y dagat ng mga tala. Niyakap ako ni Hades galing sa likod. Nasa kondo kami ngayon. Sinadyang umuwi rito para sa wakas ay makita ko na ang aming tahanan sa syudad na ito. It's big and scheming with bachelor life, decorated with an artistic take of my dark and shadowed frame pictures. I didn't make her leave. She was welcome to stay, but I want her to be honest with me. She couldn't, so she left. Even so, that was better than inviting her over on my office. Hindi ko na alam ang gagawin ko sa'yo kung sakaling mag-imbita ka ng babaeng bisita roon na wala namang sadya tungkol sa trabaho. He kissed my neck. Inihilig ko ang ulo ko sa kanyang dibdib at binigyan siya ng espasyo para magawa ng maayos ang paghalik niya. Hindi ko nga lang gagayahin ang ginagawa mo. Your ex-fiancé will never step foot on our building, or should I say, none of your admirers will. Umirap ako dahil naalala ko na naman ang ginawa niya noong nakaraan. Gusto lang daw makipag-usap ng maayos ni Dean sa akin. Lumabas talaga siya sa meeting niya at sa building para lang harapin si Dean. He wouldn't let him in, even on our lobby. That's not a very good idea, Hades. They are, after all, businessmen like you. It's not good to cut cords with them. Didn't we talk about strengthening our relationship? Then we must strengthen our trust. His jaw clenched. Hinaplos ko iyon at nginitaan siya. After all we've been through and after all the love you've given me, I don't think I'd ever stray. Bumagsak ang mga mata niya sa aking katawan. Ang kanyang kamay ay naghahanap sa aking baywang patungo sa aking likod. Hindi nakokontento sa hinahaplos. The thought of him slightly thinking about something else excited me. We're here talking seriously about our relationship while his head is going somewhere else. I'll do my best to completely trust you. You do the same to me. But that doesn't mean I won't get mad at you if you intentionally send someone in my office, lalo na kapag alam mong hindi trabaho ang ipinunta. I smirked. Nagdilim tuloy lalo ang paningin niya. To erase his brewing menace, I tiptoed my way for a tender kiss. When I withdrew to take a look at his reaction, he chased my lips and planted a passionate kiss. Not content of mine, ngumiti ako at pinagbigyan siya sa gusto. Mahaba pa ang kailangan naming panahon para matutunang mahalin ng maayos ang isa't isa, pero ang bawat araw na magdadaan, hindi yata ako magsasawang pagmasdan siyang pinipilit na matuto. It's all clear to me now what he meant about him being possessive of me. Maybe the tragedy has strengthened our love and longing for each other, and I can understand why we will both probably never learn. Umaga sa sumunod na araw, magsisimula na ang aking pag-aaral. Hindi ko alam paano ginawa ni Hades ito, pero espesyal at eksklusibo ang pag-aaral kong ito. It isn't a normal open university type. There will be days that my professors visit and days I will visit the university. Pero mas madalas ang self-study at pagsisend ko ng modules sa mga email ng professors ko. But for this first week, particularly my first day, they will visit my office to get acquainted with the learning environment. Nakahanda ang isang maliit na library area sa opisina ko. All white gaya ng buong opisina. Ang dalawang shelf ay parehong puti at may mga librong kailangan ko. May isang rectangular long table na may dalawang high-end laptop. Intended for me and for my professor. Kahit na nasisiguro kong may dala naman sigurong laptop ang mga magiging professor ko, hinanda pa rin ni Hades iyon para wala ng problema. Mayroon ding whiteboard doon at kompleto sa mga kailangan namin kung sakaling may discussion. Normal naman yatang hinatid ni Hades ang professor ko. Isang matanda at may kataba ang babae ang dumating. May laptop na nakahanda at medyo seryoso. I have 3 professors for that day and we're just waiting for the other 2. Ang naunang babae ay agad na nagsabi ng mga expectations niya sa klase namin. Kinabahan agad ako. 3 taon ba namang tengga ang utak ko at hindi ako nag-isip na mag-aral. Kailangan ko siguro mag-study pagka-uwi sa bahay nito. Sa sumunod na oras, diniscuss niya na kung bakit kailangan ang subject na ito at ang kabuuang importansya. 30 minutes on the discussion, Hades left for his office. Pumalit sa kanya ang sekretarya ko na nagbigay ng snack sa professor ko at nag-offer ng kape o tsaa. The next professor who came was a man, just a few years older than Hades. I expected guy professors, hindi naman kasi madalas ang babae sa kursong kinuha ko. Because of that, I noticed how Hades' decisions differed from the previous one. Hindi ko mapigilang umisi habang sinusulyapan si Hades na ngayon nakaupo sa swivel chair ko sa gitna nitong opisina. Ang sekretarya nakatayo sa harap at nagsasabi ng utos dito. I want to pout and roll my eyes. I can't concentrate because of what I heard from him. Damn it. Dito na lang ako magtatrabaho. Pakihatid ang mga pipirmahan ko rito. I have my laptop here and I will review proposals and projects from here. Hades said. Wala siyang meeting sa araw na ito hanggang bukas dahil abala raw siya sa pag-aaral ko. That's all right with me. Mahaba ang meetings niya the past few days, so I think it's only normal for him to rest for today and tomorrow. Kaya lang, bakit may iba akong pakiramdam sa utos niyang iyon sa sekretarya niya? Are you listening, Miss Riago? Mrs. Riago? My professor asked after a long discussion about his subject. Yes, Prof. You can just call me Felicia para hindi masyadong formal. Engineer Salvan before you is calling me by my first name. I prefer if it's not very formal since I am your student. Sambit ko. Huli na nang natantukong ang mga galawang ganito ang tinutukoy ni Hades. He isn't really happy with my friendliness but I know he won't stop me from doing that. Sumulyap ako sa kanya at nakita kong nagtagal ang madilim na titig niya sa akin. I blew a kiss for him and winked at him. My professor got distracted dahilan ng pagsulyap niya sa malayong lamesa kung nasaan si Hades. Tumikim ako at nagtapon ng tanong para maibalik sa pag-aaral ang usapan. So, how does this subject relate to the previous one? Sorry if I have so many questions. Matagal na ang huling pag-aaral ko nito at hindi ko na maalala ang mga sagot. The professor continued with the discussion smoothly. Mabuti na lang at seryoso naman ito sa discussion. Si Hades na madalas kong sinusulyapan ay paminsan-minsang nakikinig, lalo na kapag may mga tanong ako. Baka gusto mo ikaw na ang tumayo rito bilang professor ko, Hades? I'm not a naturally naughty student, but I'd push all my buttons if you were my professor. Humalakak ako. Yes? The professor asked. Umiling ako. Nothing, sir. Muling naistorbo si Hades sa ginagawa at napasulyap sa akin. I smirked. May natapos ka ba riyan sa tinatrabaho mo? O kunwari lang yan at ang totoo ay binabantayan mo ako rito? Buti na lang talaga at hindi naman araw-araw ang pagbisita ng mga professor. Kung hindi, baka araw-araw na rin siyang mag-o-opisina rito sa opisina ko. Hindi pa nga nakakaalis ang huling professor ko, dumating na kaagad ang susunod. Mukhang tuloy-tuloy ang magiging schedule ko kapag nariyan sila . The third professor is a pretty engineer, wearing a printed dress and with curled hair. She entered the office along with Hades' secretary. Mabilis ang tinapos ng professor ko ang kanyang session nang napansing mukhang ngang lalagpas na siya sa oras niya. My eyes darted on the new professor and I immediately noticed how she's nervous around Hades. They're not yet done, but you can wait on the sofa. Ani Hades. Lito ang professor kung saan titingin sa malaki kong opisina. Nang nahanap niya ang sofa ay nahihiya siyang tumawa at itinuro iyon. Doon ba, engineer? Yes. She laughed again. Sige, doon na ako maghihintay. Kitang-kita ang kaba niya. Nahulog niya pa ang ilang mga dala. Tumayo si Hades para sa natulungan siya pero natulungan na siya ng sekretarya. Hades, standing near her, made her more starstruck. Kitang-kita ko ang pamilog ng mga mata niya at bahagyang pag-atras. I can almost smell her attraction. See you on the next schedule, Felicia. Ang professor ko ngayon. See you, Prof. I said coolly. Kitang-kita ko ang pagmamadali noong bagong professor sa sofa. Nininervyos siya at halos mabitiwan niya ulit ang mga gamit. I was busy watching her when I felt a hand snaking on my waist. How is my wife, Engineer Bautista? I smirked and looked at the arrogant eyes of my husband. She's an attentive student, Engineer Riago. I'm looking forward to a good learning experience for her for this semester. That's good to hear. Hindi man lang umabot sa pisngi ang ngiting iginawad ni Hades sa professor. Do you want a break? Baling niya sa akin. Umiling ako. I'm fine. My breaks are working breaks. At para matapos din ng mabilis, mamaya na lang ako magbe-break pagkatapos ng huling subject. Alright. He kissed my cheek. I'll be on your table, working. I nodded. Nagpaalam na ang professor ko. Hinatid siya ni Hades patungong pintuan at ang bagong babaeng professor naman ay lumapit na sa akin. She introduced herself to me and told me things about her subject. Yun nga lang, nang bumalik na si Hades sa lamesa ay nagsimula na siyang maasiwa. Madalas ang sulyap niya roon at kahit na may katawagan naman si Hades at abala sa ibang bagay, parang kinakabahan pa rin siya sa presensya nito. Sa buhay na ito, ilan pa kaya ang masasaksihan kong ganito? Halos humalakhak ako habang nagtitipa ng notes sa laptop. Nauutal pa ang bago kong professor tuwing napapatingin sa lamesa ni Hades. Meanwhile, my oblivious husband is busy discussing a project with his secretary. Narinig ko ang utos na roon na lang papuntahin ang kamiting niya bukas. He ordered for a round table and some chairs on the other side near the glass window. Dito na rin ako mag-o-opisina bukas. Po? Gulantang ang sekretarya niya. It's just whenever my wife is studying with her professors. Babalik din ako sa opisina ko kapag hindi na. Sige po, ihahanda ko po ang kakailanganin, Engineer Riago. Hindi ko alam kung may natutunan ba ako. Masyado akong abala at natutuwa sa reaksyon at sa pagkakailang ng professor ko dahil lang nariyan si Hades sa paligid. I can imagine all the other girls who reacted this way for him. Tahimik pero kinakabahan at attracted na pala. Nasisiguro kang maraming ganoon ang nararamdaman para sa kanya. I just wasn't the silent type. I was the aggressive type. Tumigil lang naman ako nang nahiya na dahil nalaman kong reyago siya. Sino ba naman kasi ang hindi mahiya sa pagiging masyado kong agresibo at bulgar? Anyone would cringe with my actions. I remember how I met Hades. I remember the man who was there the whole time. Hindi man siya ang pinakamabuting tao sa mundo, mahal ko pa rin siya. Pagkatapos ng klase at ng trabaho ni Hades, binisita namin ang puntod ni Daddy. Bago kami tutulak para sa isang family dinner, tahimik muna kaming bumisita roon. Did you hate my father for what he did? I asked Hades. Nakatitig siya sa nakaukit na mga letra ng pangalan ni Daddy. No. He paused. I tried to investigate on it before concluding anything. And I found out he was just tempted by the ways of the Larazables with their construction company. Gumaya lang siya dahil sinabihan siyang ayos lang iyon. Tumango ako dahil iyon nga ang usap-usapan noon. Your father was a brilliant engineer. I think he wanted more money because he's in debt. And to maintain our lifestyle, sabi ko. He earned so much in our company, it could maintain you and your mother's lifestyle. He's in debt. Matamani akong tinitigan. Alam ko iyon pero hindi lang makapaniwala na ganoon kalaking halaga ang utang ni Daddy. Sa mga Larazabal siya may utang. Hindi ko maiwasang isipin na siguro sinadya ng mga Larazabal iyon para sa huli magkaroon siya ng malaking utang at ikaw ang hihingin na kapalit. My lips parted at his deduction. I even think your father killed himself because he couldn't do it. He couldn't deal with the Larazabal's wishes to marry you just because of his piled-up debts. Nanlalaki ang mga mata ko habang tinitingnan si Hades. Hindi ko naisip iyon. Hindi ko alam na ganito kalalim ang pag-iimbestiga niya sa kaso ni Daddy. If he deducted this, for sure, because he found evidences. Unti-unting umusbong ang galit ko sa mga Larazabal. Sa huli, inisip ko na si Daddy rin naman ang dahilan dahil hinayaan niya ang sarili niyang malubog sa utang. Then, I thought of Daddy's decisions and he may be brainwashed and poisoned by them. I know new feelings of anger towards Dean's family is useless now. It had been years. Nagbuntong hininga ako. They've suffered now. Gusto ko silang sisihin ulit pero alam kong may hangganan dapat ang galit. He kissed my forehead. You really are stronger than me, he whispered. You can tame your own feelings, while I can do the same for myself. Ikaw lang ang makakagawa noon para sa akin. How can you say that? I tilted my head. Ngumiti lang si Hades, namumungay ang mga matang nakatanaw sa akin. We'll spend this life together. When the time comes, I wish to go first. Bahagya kong kinurot ang kanyang tagiliran para matigil siya sa mga sinasabing negatibo. I don't think I can deal living without you again. Well, you're stronger than me. I know you can. Umiling ako. That's not true. At huwag na nga nating pag-usapan iyan. Just because we're in a cemetery doesn't mean we'll talk about death, Hades. He pulled me closer and hugged me tight. Inaya ko na siyang umalis doon dahil sa iritasyon ko sa kanya at kailangan na rin naming umalis para sa dinner ng pamilya. It's a rare dinner because I heard Air's schedule isn't very flexible. Madalas siyang wala pero sa dinner na iyon, naroon siya. Napapayag din namin si Mami kaya mas lalo pa iyong naging nakakamangha. My whole family is complete and we're in the fanciest exclusive restaurant just for that night. How was your first day of school, Iha? Tanong ni Tita Hera habang kumakain kami ng unang course. Maayos po, I'm excited to learn more. We're excited to give you a project. Sabay tawa ni Mr. President. Natawa na rin ako. Tahimik lang na pangiti-ngiti si Mami sa gilid at nagpapatuloy sa pagkain. Uuwi ba kayo ng Tagaytay ngayon ni Atticus, Florence? No, I booked us the presidential suite here for today. Anyway, tomorrow, I will accompany my son to shopping. Bukas ng gabi pa, pagka-close ng mall. Muntik ko nang maibuga ang iniinom ko. Hindi ko napalagpas ang yabang sa tinig ni Mami. Hindi na talaga yata siya magbabago, pero at least she's tamer and more civil now. Oh, you want to shop exclusively? Si Tita Hera sabay ngiti. Yes, ayaw ko kasi ng maraming tao, lalo na para sa anak kong ito. Kung sabagay, I heard Hades has done that for Felicia too. Are your work clothes still enough, dear? Shouldn't you shop too? Oo nga, Feli. Tamang-tama at magpapabukas ako ng mall bukas sa 10 oras ng gabi. Baka gusto mong sumabay na sa amin. Ano, Hades? This witch is the witch that I love. Kung gugustuhin ng asawa ko, ma'am, he said. Nakita ko ang paggalaw ng balisang mga mata ni Mami. Nag-angat ng tingin si Aris sa kapatid at napainom ng wine si Mr. President. Drop the formality, iho. I thought she'd never say this. I am your mother now too, because you married my daughter. Ngumiti ako, pero parang pinipiga ang puso ko. Hindi ko inakalang ang pagtanggap ni Mami ay makakapukaw ng emosyon sa akin. Thank you, he said silently. Mami, I guided him and I smirked. Thank you for accepting my son, Florence, si Tita Hera. This calls for celebration, si Mr. President. Hindi ko inakalang pauunlakan nga iyon ni Mami. Her sarcasm and distance towards the Riago couple is still the same, but she is civil. Mabuti na lang din at alam iyon ni Tita Hera. Alam niya ang nararamdaman ni Mami para sa kanila at pinapalagpas niya ang mga pahapyaw na sarkasmo at pagmamalaki ni Mami. I guess you can really say I'm blessed. Not everyone is given the best and the kindest in-laws, the one who can understand the attitude of my mother. Not everyone is loved by a husband like Hades. Marami ang nagmamahal ng may hangganan at kondisyon. Just because one can't bear a child, then the other half would change their hearts. Just because one can't give a family, then the other one would want another woman. As a woman, it is already a painful battle to accept this condition. Kung pati ang minamahal ay hindi matatanggap iyon, paano palalaban? Paano pa makakahanap ng halaga? I can only pray that they find someone who would love them without condition. Wounds do heal with time, but they heal faster and better with real love. I may have the darkest life. I may have struggled blindly in the dark. We may have loved in the dark. But this blessing I have with my family and with Hades has kissed light in this dark life. Hades' heaven-sent love has healed me. It will continue to, until the end. They celebrated after eating our karsas with wine and cheese. Hades and I excused ourselves to take a look at balcony of the restaurant. The view up here is the best, but looking at his eyes, it was the greatest. Ngumiti ako habang hinahaplos ang kanyang panga. Hinabol niya ang aking kamay at dinala ito sa kanyang labi nang nahuli. My heart melted at his soft and heartfelt kiss. Pakiramdam ko, gaya ko, bawat segundo at minuto, mahalaga para sa kanya. We shared a dark past and we both learned the same way. We both learned to treasure each moment together because in a blink, we might lose it. I giggled to cover up the tears forming in my eyes. I never thought that this dark eyes I am staring at, in the darkest of night, would bring endless light into my soul. I have only ever loved you, I whispered, mimicking his words from before. He looked at me darkly, with parted lips. And you will be the only one I will ever love, Hades Visarius Riago.